Morning, Alberto. Good morning to Kenya. Or good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you're based. It's got to be, since probably the end of February, the slowest pre-market, the finished pre-market that I've seen in quite a few months. So we'll see. PPI just dropped. PPI numbers just dropped, but nothing. It didn't really do much. So PPI numbers dropping right now. Jobless claims, core PPI as expected, pretty much. Jobless claims, pretty much as expected. So no real change on the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ or whatever you are, whatever you're having yourself. Salut, Zenis. News on Mullen. Yes, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I was ready for it. So I've got Mullen up on the screen because I know that some of you are Mullen bros and you love Mullen Automotive, but it's still a garbage company. Just because it's done a 25-to-1 stock split doesn't stop it being a garbage company. But I've got it here. I never thought, I actually called it as it's moving. It's one of the bigger than momentum stocks today in the Discord. And I even called it out. I never thought I'd be calling it out as a stock pick. It's still a garbage company. It's still absolute trash. But like you Mullen lovers, you Mullen lovers, you Mullen bros, it's up there for you to watch and like fill your boots. It's under $2. If it's over $2 and got good momentum, then maybe I might even look at it. But it did its 25-to-1 stock split a few weeks ago. And it's had its first newsworthy catalyst today. So fill your boots, guys. It's still a huge float. This level 2 is still, very thick. Good luck with it. You probably won't be catching me trading Mullen Automotive. Like I say all the time, it's a garbage company with a garbage future, and that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But if you're one of these Mullen bros, fill your boots. The range is crap. The volatility is crap. The volume is reasonable, but relatively speaking to the floor, not really. Absolutely, J Spec. Another man's trash is another man's treasure. Totally agree with that. It just goes to show that they're using Mullen as a part of their scam operation. But look, what are you going to do? But absolutely, it's been the level 2 stack. The level 2 is always stacked with Mullen. That's part of the way it's such a crap piece of garbage stock to try and trade. Yeah, it's spiked up to 158, so it's moved a miraculous, not even 20 cents, which shows you how thin we are this morning in terms of opportunities. There just isn't anything at the moment. Certainly not in the not in the low caps. Paula, again, the fact that I've actually got two sub $2 stocks on the watch list charts here speaks volumes about the market this morning. It's a terrible gap list this morning. No different than normal there, Robert. The same gap scan settings that I have every day. Extremely busy, Alistair. Extremely busy. I don't think I've seen a morning this busy. So many opportunities. So many. I mean, look at the scanners. They're absolutely chock. They're so full. It looks like people are queuing up for an Ed Sheeran concert in in the scanners section, because look at it, so many things to trade today. Horrible morning. Yeah, but are you trading this? People trading futures, people trading the SPY, people trading the markets. You know, the S&P 500. It's not doing anything. The range on the S&P 500 ain't great. It's actually down on the day as well. The only stock I can see on the scanners with over 1 million shares traded, two actually, is GX, which is like 87 cents. So I'm not going to be trading that. And IBRX, which is sold off hard because one of the drugs got cancelled. So yeah, it's definitely a sit on your hands moment, guys. We didn't take any trades on the small account yesterday. If I've got somebody commenting, why do your trades? How are you making money not on camera? Kind of comment, and I'm like, really? You want me to sit at my desk streaming live for the full 9 hours, 10 hours a day? Go get a life. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's one of the reasons I record all the trades, so that I don't take any trades that are not on camera. I record all my trading, and I try and show that on the summary. So yesterday, the one trade that got me green and profitable yesterday was HCDI, and you can watch that trade. It's $7,000 trade. I stuck it pretty much. I sped it up slightly, so it's at 1.5 times speed, but it's a trade as it happened in real time, just sped up. Well, actually, it wasn't so much the scanners that caught the gap scan. That I'd already traded it a little bit already today, Robert. The scanners, it just popped up on the momentum scanners in the same way. But I went to walk the dog after finishing the live stream yesterday. I went to take the dog for a walk, and the heavens just opened, and I thought, right. I looked at the door, out of the window, and I thought, I'm not going out in that. I'll wait for it to subside, or you know, at least give it a half an hour or something to stop, or at least subside. And she stinks when she gets wet. She really does. And I sat back down, and it was just about to break out, just about to pop. So I was able to catch the breakout. It just happened to be on the screen in front of me whilst when I sat down. Yeah, but it's not moving on any kind of volume there, Calvus. So purple, again, this is the problem. There's a couple of things that have moved, but they've not got any kind of volume. So purple, it's 304,000 shares traded all day so far. There's no volume on this bar here. So you've got a 2 cent range, between 2 and 5 cent range spread. But it's like 6,000 on this volume. There's just nobody trading it. It just lacks volume. Yes, it's up slightly. It's 26% up, but it's just not got the volume. So how are you going to trade it? Oh, bring me back to this last week. This last 2 weeks with this last 2 weeks, J-Spec, we had a couple of those days. We had the volatility back in. We had multiple halts. It was great. I thought volatility's coming back, but then we've just hit a bit of a wall yesterday and today. Answer your question, Richard. Do I click hotkeys with my mouse or on the keyboard? And the answer is, it depends. So it depends if I'm using the hot buttons or the hotkeys. So I've got the hot buttons and the hotkeys set up slightly different. So my hot buttons are set up to benefit me between on the spreads. So I'm buying the ask and I'm selling the bid. And the hot buttons, it's the other way around. So the hot buttons are more marketable orders, whereas the hotkeys that tend to get filled in between the spreads. So yeah, well, Paula's not touching highs at the moment. It's 185. It used to be like this every day. 2020, 2021, every day you'd have half a dozen gappers, and maybe I need to adjust my, thresholds when it comes to gap. But I don't want to do that, because then you end up taking poor quality setups. I'd rather just wait for the right setup and just take one or two trades and maybe just lower my expectation. I'm ahead of goal on the year, so maybe I can just scale it back to like 4K for a couple of months. Per day instead of 6, bring it back 30%. I'm waiting for the right move is probably better than taking subpar trades. No, so I'm taking Miyako with me, but there's no quarantine. There's quarantine coming the other way. If I was coming the other way, there'd be quarantine well, not so much into Ireland, but into the UK. But she's fully vaccinated, including rabies and all that kind of stuff, so it's fine. Guard Force AI is Guard Force AI a buy? Not at the moment, it isn't. It's selling off, so I'll wait till it's done selling off. It's one of the biggest losers today, I believe. Let's put the losers and the winners on. Winners and losers today. Let's see if we can get some momentum one way or the other, because right now there isn't much. So Guard Force, IBRX had one of its drugs basically withdrawn. So that's why Immunity Bio is sold off and trying to bounce. Guard Force is the next biggest dropper as opposed to gapper. It's up now under $5. And if you look at Guard Force, I looked at this earlier actually because of this very reason. Guard Force, if you look at this on the 15 rather than, it's a bit choppy at the moment. After hours yesterday, it sold off hard. Then it gapped down this morning. And it's consolidated, trying to consolidate around the $5 level. It's been down as low as 460. But if this gets above 550, breaks the pre-market highs, maybe it can go on a bit of a bounce. But at this moment in time, it's finding it difficult there, kind of 504, 505. So it's struggling to get over that. It's just sideways tracking around $5. So is it opportunity to go long? Not yet, it's not. I'm not seeing the full signs of reversal or a bounce after this sell-off yesterday. It sold off hard last week as well because of the secondary offering. So it didn't fill that gap before gapping down again today. So let's see what happens. It might come back, but we'll see. I'm not taking my boyfriend with me. No. See, there's an old Irish saying, and it's wherever you may be going, never take an Egypt with you. For sure, you can find one and pick one up when you get there. No, I can't take it. They won't let me take him. I'd take him in a heartbeat. He's gorgeous. He's a little sweetheart, he is. And she puts him in his place. She bullies him. He's bigger than she is, but she bullies him. She's heavier than he is. She's a thick little beauty. Richard, yes, you do. So as part and parcel of the course, I've included all the scripts for the hotkeys, hot buttons, the full DAS trader setup. That's all part and parcel of setting up. It's all included. Yeah, so no problem, Richard. Flip jug, no, renting. Just another income stream. Well, Neith, what's the point of having rules if you're just going to break them? And there's a reason why. There's a reason why I look for a certain level of volume, because I've quite often, well, way too often, I've seen stocks move up into a halt on low volume, maybe even gap up and move into another halt, still on low volume. I'm talking about HKD and Huadi last year, and then gap down, massive gap down, just because there's a lack of liquidity. And if you're getting in late on one of those, it can be detrimental to your account balance. Yeah, but it's not so much the rent that you're looking to make a profit on. So you're looking at if you're taking a rental property with rental controls, you've got the government rental controls. You're looking to cover your costs. So you need to cover the cost of your mortgage. You need to cover the cost of obviously inclusive of tax. So you need to cover your costs, and it's the appreciation, the property appreciation is where you make the money. Once the mortgage is paid off, then you start making profits with it. So it's a long-term play. For me, property, the days of investing in property for quick bucks and the rental income, buy to let, that kind of thing, is just, those days are over. Since 2008, those days are over. But long term, it's a good long term investment that will beat inflation, and in the long run, it's going to be it can be an additional income stream in the long term. Property prices are always high, Flip Jug. Do I think property prices will come down? Yes, I do. But then will they go back up again? Yes, they will. Rental properties is a long game. Exactly, Calvus. That's exactly right. It's more of a long-term investment. That's a perfect. It's somewhere to park your money instead of a savings account. Exactly. It's a safe haven to park your money. Renzo, I'll take a look at Paula for you, because it's on the scanners here, but it's just ranging sideways at the moment. Is Paula current pre-market high, post-market went up to 198. So that's what I'm watching. Is the yesterday's post-market price? It went up to 198. This is currently pre-market price 194 is the high. So I'm kind of watching that. Doesn't have huge range. It's not very volatile. Most of the move was made yesterday. So look at this on the 5 minutes, and I'll show you. So Paul, the biggest move was made after hours yesterday. It went up to 198, and it retested the high here, going up to 194. didn't break above that. This is actually the algorithmic trade. This is not priced action. That happens every day at 8 o'clock. That happens. This is the algorithmic trades. But if this gets above kind of 198, breaks the $2, then I might be interested. I don't trade sub $2 stocks anyway, but it needs good volume. The volume's not been too bad with Paula, but and the relative volume, but it needs to get over $2 for mine. Yeah, JAGX, again, it's one of those low price stocks. It's a penny stock, so it's way below my floor. I have rules for trading for a reason. This is way below that, but it's moved up, pulled back pretty much all the way, and then now it's trying to move up again. It's below the VWAP right now, 92 cents. It's been as low as kind of 78 cents since it retraced. It went up to 115, pulled back again like 40 cents, and then or 30 cents or whatever. Yeah, 40 cents. I was right the first time, and now it's trying to it's made another 20-cent move up. So again, even this one is one of the bigger movers on the day. Relatively speaking, percentage-wise, in terms of volatility, it's one of the bigger movers, but again, it's just not. It just doesn't appeal to me right now. There's nothing out there with real good momentum. Exactly, Calvis. That's the whole point. You don't have to be a millionaire. Yeah, absolutely, Alistair. To be fair, you've not been doing too badly up until this last, up until you took a break. You had one bad week. So JAGX, not for me, not for me. Surprise last night with Disney. Disney sold off hard. Again, let's go back to the 15 here. So Disney sold off hard last night. I didn't trade it. I might have actually lost money on Disney last night if I had, because on the initial earnings it spiked up and did that usual liquidity grab that some of these stocks do before then selling off hard. And it's been ranging $2 range at the moment since then, Disney. So I'm not too worried. I've got long-term holdings in Disney, and I think Disney will be good long-term. It's just had a bad earnings call last night. ABST is exactly that. So this gapped up what 30%, but it's being acquired by Crosspoint Capital for 870 million. So again, no trade there, and that's the way it is at the moment. There's nothing really worth getting excited about at all. I mean, look at the momentum scanner. The momentum scanner here, there's just nothing on it. I've got it for gainers and losers. There's no momentum going anywhere. So, yeah. Yeah, very few companies will give you a loan towards trading stocks. The loan that you're getting for trading stocks is margin. Well, to be fair, Jay Spec, you're not wrong. If you've got a faster income, you should concentrate on you concentrate your focus on where you make where you can make the most money in the shortest period of time. And for me, that has been day trading. But then what do I do with the proceeds? So you want to then reinvest that in less risky assets or less risky proceeds and less risky bets. So whether that be swing trading, whether that be longer term investing, whether it be real estate, whether it be your own Dragon's Den or Shark Tank moment, and supporting other businesses, going into partnership and being the sleeping partner in other businesses as well. There's a whole different number of things, and the rule of thumb is that you should aspire to have a minimum of 7 income streams. That's the key to true wealth, is 7 separate income streams. And if you can get 7 separate income streams, that is the road to true wealth, true sustainable wealth. That's what they say. CPI news was yesterday, Melon. PPI news came out today, and the jobless claim. So CPI is the consumer price index. PPI is another measure of inflation, but it's from the supplies. It's the production price index. So it's the cost of getting the goods to the front line, to the consumer, as opposed to the price that the consumer pays. And it came out pretty much as expected, so didn't really ruffle any feathers on the markets today. If you look at the S&P 500, when they dropped here, this is when they dropped the PPI numbers, not really ruffled any feathers. Same with the jobless claims, pretty much as expected, so not really ruffled any feathers at all. Yeah. Bit of a non-event, bit of a damp squib. Morning, Thomas. Yeah, long-term investments, and that's what real estate is. It's a long-term investment. It's I mean, if you don't want to invest directly in real estate and be responsible for the upkeep of the property, invest in REITs. You know, as one part of your portfolio. So it's all part of diversification. If you're talking about long-term investments, you need to diversify, and real estate is a solid component of diversification for long-term investments. So yeah. Yeah, I've already covered purple earlier. So purple just it's not great volume at the moment. It's starting to make a move up, but it's not great vol. It's still not great volume. Don't know about big equity, Calvus. I started trading with no, the volume sucks across the market right now. But I started trading on my severance package, so I got a nice redundancy package from my employer. I had quite a well-paid position as a regional VP, and I used that to get me started in the markets. So it was a reasonable starting position, but there you go. Different stroke for different folk, 100%. What are you talking about, Willis? Gary Coleman. You know, absolutely. It's hard to make money without money. It's much easier, and like Calvus says, it's easier to make money with money. If your expectations are a little bit lower, the compounding effect as well is massive. So it's difficult. Once I get, I'm not saying that it's going to happen overnight. So we're just on the cusp of that $1,000 level. Once I get to kind of $2,500, I know that I can grow that account. I've done it a number of times in the past. So $2,500 account is the absolute minimum I would say is required for even an experienced trader. 500 is very difficult, and I'm showing you how it is difficult, and the expectations, whilst when I have a good day, it's a big day percentage of the equity wise, but then by the time fees and charges come out of it, that big day becomes like you know, a good day, just not a great day like you thought it was going to be, just a good day. Yeah, common mistake there, Alistair, is not being disciplined enough to stick to the strategy and getting greedy, increasing size, not starting. One of the biggest things that new traders do is they start too big for their account, and they start too big. They're trading too large for their account, and they're trading too large for their for the comfortability. Instead of scaling up, and you should never just jump in with, and unless you're comfortable and you've got experience trading at that level, you should always start small, like micro-sized amounts. We're talking like 15, 20 shares, 25 shares, 50 shares, 75 shares, 100 shares, and slowly scale up over time. As a new trader, the focus is on staying afloat. It's not about making money. What you're better off doing is looking at it as a new trader, looking at it as a hobby. You're not looking to earn anything from it. Start off with, think of it as a hobby. Every other hobby that you just think about throughout your lifetime, every other hobby that you've enjoyed, you've paid to take part in that hobby. Whether that's playing football or any other racquetball, tennis, or any other sport, you pay your subs and everything else to go and enjoy playing that sport. Whether it's going to the cinema, it's your hobby, you know, watching movies or whatever it is. Whether it's building model planes, it costs you money to actually partake in that hobby. So think of it as a hobby first. That way your mindset is not going to be so focused on losing. You know, you get emotionally pent up when you lose money. If you think of it as a hobby first, that gives you time to start building up that muscle memory until the point you get consistent and you're making money consistently. Then you can start to scale up and make reasonable amounts of money. Not talking life-changing amounts, we're talking reasonable amounts of money. And at that stage, you can start looking at it as a secondary source of income. Don't quit your day job and go into trading just because you think you can do it. Prove that you can first. Once you've proven that you can do it and you scale up slowly, once you start earning as much, once you actually start earning a living, you've got your day job and you start earning as much as your day job by trading, you can give one up. That's when you would do it. If you can earn as much by trading as you can doing your day job, that's the time to give up your day job. That means you'll have your income whilst you're then growing your trading business. Famous last resorts there, famous last words there about guard force. It can't go down anymore. Yes, it can. Prove yourself with a little. Start small. Scale down. If you're losing money, think of it this way, okay? It is if you're a hobby and you're losing $10 a day overall, because you're not a very good trader, but you're picking up little tidbits. You're watching my stream, you're watching other streams, you're reading, you're picking up the knowledge. You're slowly getting better. You're consistently losing $10 a day. That's $50 a week. Can you afford to lose $50 a week? If you can, keep at it. If you can't, scale down. You want to be wanting to risk $5 a day. If you can lose $25 a week, then fine. Until you start making $25, you keep it that size. What you're risking across the week. So if you're risking $50 a week and you're consistently losing $50 a week, you have to keep topping it up and top it up at the end of each month, top it up until you get to a point where you stop topping it up. You're then balancing, because when you're losing $5 on Monday, you're making $5 on Tuesday. You're losing $10 on Wednesday, you're making it on Thursday, and you're kind of balancing out and breaking even, and that's good. That's progress, but you're not actually getting to a point where it's costing you any money. So then you actually start scaling up, and you get a little level of consistency. You'll get a level of what, 4, 5, 6 days in a row where you're consistently green, and then you blow it all on one big red day, maybe with a little bit of interest. That too is profitability. The key is consistency. If you can be profitable consistently, you don't have to worry about the home runs. You don't have to be swinging for the fences with every trade. That will come. The home runs will find themselves. What you need to do when you get on a stock and you're looking for those consistent base hits, and that stock becomes a runner, like a top financial week before last, like a GDC last week, when it becomes a runner and you're in there and you're trading it for the base hits, you're then able to let it run and you make a lot more. You get that home run. The home runs will come. Just concentrate on getting the consistency in the base hits in. Otherwise, you may as well just give it up. Admit it, Alistair. It's not trading that's taken over your life. It's me. You're upset. Mullen, yeah, okay. I've got Mullen on the other chart here, so I'll put Mullen on. For those Mullen bros, it's barcoding. There you go. There's Mullen on the charts there right now. There's not a lot else moving, so I'll keep you guys happy. Don't have a gambling mindset. Yeah, absolutely, J-Spec. It's just take right now. I could be taking a position on Mullen, thinking, okay, this I'll put 5,000 on Mullen or whatever it is, and then I only need 10 cents. But then I'm like, okay, well, hang on a minute. Is it likely to gain 10 cents? It's at 148 now. Will it go up to 158, which is the high of pre-market high? It might do, but the range is a little over 1 cent on the average true range here. So how long is it going to take to get there? The level 2 is pretty stacked. Yeah, absolutely, Calvis. Yeah, absolutely, Alistair. Made my year. That's what I was. That was the real target for me. It was the 7-figure year wasn't the target. It was meeting Alistair. That was the goal for me. And finally managed to do that a couple of months ago. To be fair, it's not often I get to meet people of a similar kind of stature as myself. And there we go. We've got Goodyear moving up on earnings, I believe. Goodyear Tire Company. I like Goodyear because they've got a mascot that looks like me and Alistair. Oh, it's not earnings. Let me have a look at this catalyst here. Okay, some news out about Goodyear. Elliott sends a letter and presentation to the board of Goodyear, calls for enhanced leadership and oversight, monetization of retail stores and operational review at Goodyear. Sees $21 per share value creation opportunity. That's dropped at the top of the hour. So, Goodyear. Oh, come on, Alistair. They don't call him the Michelin Man. They call him by his proper name, Alistair. Goodyear is a bit. I mean, it's a much larger cap that I'm comfortable trading with at the best of times. So, 218 million float. I'm not seeing much in the way of any kind of short interests, but hey, look. It's the one that's just popped up and moved $4. That's $3. The risk management, Neef. Risk management. Yeah, that's right, Nereus. I'm taking loads of free cash to Crumlin. Of course I will, like I do to Ballymun as well, or Finglas. Well, I think I'm going to get rid of the losers off the scanners. They're distracting me. What's hot today? Not a lot, Harvey. Unfortunately, it's probably Goodyear. Goodyear's. I've just put Goodyear on the screen on the scanners here. It's the only thing that's moving at the moment with any kind of volatility. So 15 cents on the average true range now with Goodyear, but I mean that will increase. Volatility's again, it's just not got the volume. You think big company like Goodyear would have a lot of trading volume? Just no. So there's nothing hot at the moment today is the answer, Harvey. It's a very poor trading day so far, pre-market. Yeah, Calvus, absolutely. It looks like this could be a no trade day for sure. He says he's getting FOMO, just wanting to take a position on Goodyear. Well, Finglas has got popular because of Mrs. Brown's Boys, which the Brits tend to love and the Irish hate, by the way. So if you don't know what Mrs. Brown's Boys is, Google is your friend. I just looked away for the break of 14. I looked away for a minute. Well, Goodyear, can we get $0.25 on this? 25 cents, 14.25. It's slow. It's not really bursting out at the moment. But there's nothing else. So this is more of a boredom trade than anything else. I'm at 1409. So I'm looking for 1425. I spotted this at bloody 12.30. We got in on the bounce of the VWAP. Ah, look, $13 maybe. Missed a whole dollar move by just waffling and always, Julie, always. It's that whole dollar move. I spotted this at 12:36 is when this I saw the signal hit my signal. So getting in at $13 would have been perfect here. Even with the pullback, it's pulling back to $13. So that would have been the right entry. Worst case scenario, $13.50. I'm way out on this. Way too extended for an entry. Just like I say, boredom for the break of the whole dollar. But if we get 14.25, we should be good to go. There's 21 on the ask. 23. Las Playas Americas. So you right, just the wrong way around, Nereus. A little bit extended up here. So if you're thinking of jumping in, I'd wait for the entry, the pullback. I mean, we've got a little bit of a pullback here, a little red candle here. So 14.10 would have been a reasonable entry, but I'd wait for the next pullback before getting in again. It's Monday was okay, but then Tuesday and yesterday was just not. Current high of day 14.23. So we've still not got that quarter dollar yet. 14.25. Yeah, well, the market's selling off, so I think I've not looked at Tesla today. I'll take a look in a moment, Julie, but I would imagine it's pulling back as well. This is the pullback that maybe we wanted. So if we get to 14.25, high of day 14.32 at the moment. So back over 14.25. Yeah, no. Right now I'm going to set my stop at $14. So I'm effectively giving it 10 cents now. It did pull back to 14 before, so that's where it pulled back to here. So that's kind of, if it breaks below 14, I knew I got in a little bit on the high side, just a boredom trade more than anything. So if it pulls back below 14, I'll get out, but otherwise I'll look to add at 14.25 or a new high of day. Range is 16 cents on the average true range on the 1 minute chart. So, and we get the half dollar now. We'll put 14.39. 1440 is the high of day. There it is. Spreads have got wider. Let's see if we can't get the $0.5 on the ask. Not a lot else moving, guys. To be fair, IBRX trying to make a bit of a bounce after a hard sell-off, but even that's down there at 299. It's a lot more choppy. I think I'll take the 10 cents. I'll wait for it to break out for the next. No, always say hello, Julie. Really appreciate it. Make sure before you disappear, make sure you tap that screen a dozen times or so, like everybody else. Let's get that like count up. Let's see if we can't get 3,000 likes on TikTok before the bell. We've got 6 minutes. Let me know if we get to 3,000. So get tapping that screen before the bell. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Really appreciate that, guys. If you've not hit the thumbs up button yet, you know you want to do it now. Morning, Neil. I hope you've hit the thumbs up button, Neil. Yeah, but it's very dead. I missed the whole dollar move there. I'm kind of kicking myself there. So at least 50. Should have got at least 50 cents. Instead, I got 10. I should have got in at. Here we go. We're now breaking highs. So injected at the $0.5. Current high of day 14.49. 5 minutes to the bell. 4 minutes to the bell. I've not even looked at minimum. This was a big mover from last week. Yeah, there's nothing doing here either. I mean, it popped up to $6, but there's just no one trading it. There's no volume at all there, Tom. No volume at all. It's 93,000 shares traded all day. So when the volume picks up, the volume will pick up in a little under 4 minutes. Maybe that's something we can look at. In the meantime, I'm just going to put Goodyear on watch. It's not one for taking trades willy-nilly. Just I don't think I'm ever going to put the course up to 10k there, Nereus. Maybe I might put up to 150 bucks or something, but not 10k. Yeah. Actually, guys, I'm working on something that maybe next month. I'm working with the LMS platform I use for a course where I put that package together, where it's 3 months of everything. So we're getting 3 months of Day Trade with Tony education platform, 3 months with access to the private Discord, access to my library, my trading library, access to 3 months access to Benzinga, 3 months access to TraderView, 3 months access to Dash Trader. I put that package together, and it's a 3 months fee up front, but I'm working with the LMS platform to break that out to a monthly basis, so you can actually, buy it now and pay over 3 months. And if I can do that, what I'll be able to do is put bigger packages together for you as well, if that's of interest. But we'll see. How many videos in the trading? The trading library is ebooks. It's the books I use to learn to trade. But in terms of videos, I've got loads of videos on YouTube. Just check them out. So I've got some quick tutorials on how to trade certain patterns. I've got quick tutorials, and they're on YouTube for free. Maybe I should make those for members only. I don't know. You can, Nereus. You just become my fiance. Good stuff. Right, we're a minute away from the bell. So this is the only gap and go candidate I've got right now. Is Goodyear. But let's watch in. I'm going to change the scanners over. We've got less than a minute, so I'm going to change the scanners over now. There's nothing else moving at all, so it's not going to hurt to change them early. Okay, good luck, everybody. 20 seconds. The countdown to the roller coaster ride is on. I've not taken, so you see in the starting position on the small account today, not taking any trades on the small account. There's not a lot moving at all on anything. So well, how's about that for a fill? That was a nice fill. You get $15. I don't know about needing luck. We need some movers. Polar just breaking, making a sprint up. I'm just going to move this to break even now. Oh, just below break even actually. It moved it for me. I'll leave that there. In fact, no, I'll just leave that there for now. With 20-cent trailing stop in there. If we can get over $15 without getting stopped out, I'll add to the position again. So have a good trading day, guys. Got a stop in at 93. I'm in at 88, so my stop covers me, should cover me. Just take some off. Before it gets stopped out. Yeah, so 1480. That's not a bad start to the day. Anything else moving? No, not really. Not with any kind of volume. Let's increase this volume requirements. So minimum. I'll come back to Goodyear. PacWest halted, Lux Brands halted, BPTS halted. So minimum, little bit of pop. Yeah. West halted to the downside again. Oof. Short sale restriction, hard to borrow, and it's about to break pre-market lows. So yeah, not in a good way. Looks halted. HCDI, yesterday's big mover. Very dangerous. Halted to the upside. It's very dangerous yesterday. Again, this probably will be another dangerous one today. It looks like it's going to gap up slightly on that halt. I'm just going to, I've actually got that on the scanners there anyway. So from left over from yesterday. Look, first trade of the day, $1,500. What are we going to do? Nasty flush on the SPY, $1. Yeah, I've seen worse. Let's have another look at minim. Let's have a look at some of these movers here that who was looking at purple. Didn't have the volume pre-market. Yeah, I'm not feeling that either. Needs a bit more volatility. CDNA. Oh, KDX. Not enough volume. We're just lacking volume across the board. Sunshine Biopharma halted to the upside. It's a dollar stock. It's not something I'm trading. It's just hitting the scanners, and there's not a lot else to show at the moment. So, yeah. Robbing people in the hood. A little bit of a pop. Yeah, but Daniel, it's like a dollar stock. I don't trade dollar stocks, but penny stocks, sub $2. Shenzhen is moving again. Well, Shenzhen was mad the other day. It just broke pre-market highs. Spreads are not bad either. I want to see some consistency. Alibaba moving up, breaking highs. Oh, Alibaba having a nice little spurt. So these S&P 500 bouncing now, coming back, had its little dip, may go for a rip now. Alibaba broke those pre-market highs with pretty much aplomb. Going back a little bit. Minimum pulling back to the to $6, looking for that $6 support. Yeah, I'm just not feeling it. Lucid. Managed to get a little bit on Lucid yesterday. Wasn't great, but look, what are you going to do? Occidental Petroleum up at 50s. So I think right now the moves are pretty much with the larger caps. The small caps are just, there's nothing moving at the moment. So the larger caps have got a little bit of momentum. There's a little bit of movement in the larger caps. The thing is with the larger caps, they're not going to give you the volatility that small caps do. So once they start trending, if they start trending, ride the trend. Watch for the breaks of trend, but ride the trend and make your money in the kind of mid and large caps. Lee Autos. Capped up overnight. Oh, HCDI. Resumption. Where's my cursor? There we go. What's the spreads like? Bloody hell. 16 cents on the spreads. $9.91 is the halt up, $8.11 halt down. I have this candle, 9.04. Lucid breaking highs, actually. Lucid's looking good. 32-cent average true range. So it's got volatility. The spreads are not too bad for this one. I mean, the spreads were as much as like 60 cents yesterday trading this, which is very dodgy. Yeah, Goodyear Tire Company sold off pretty much after that initial pop. It popped to drop, pop and drop. It was, we like the gap and goes, but when they don't sustain, it's disappointing. TAL Education making a little bit of a move. SBFM is probably the main stock at the moment in terms of move. It's just halted to the upside. Sort of give it a bit of a risk. JD.com with earnings. 980 up level, 802 down level. So we're closer to the up than we had at the down. Let's see. Did we get a break of highs? That's what I'm looking for here. Caught between the spreads. It's a new high of day. Not as volatile as it was yesterday, but it's up there. It's getting there. So this is Harbour Custom Development. Had a really good catalyst yesterday. That's what we're looking for here. Halt level 1004. Heartburn. I've got to say, if you suffer with gastrointestinal issues like heartburn or you know, acid reflux, trading's not the game for you, because they're usually brought out on moments of stress, and trading can be quite stressful. Looking for that new high. This is mad. It was mad yesterday with the flushes as well. Absolute nonsense with the flushes yesterday. You get moves like $2 move up, then a $3 move down, and a $5 move up. It was just stupid. It got me green yesterday. I took 7,000 out of this yesterday. But it wasn't in the first half an hour. It was very choppy in the first half an hour. It's about 11 o'clock when it started to behave itself. Right now, it's not behaving itself. 8:30 is the halt level down, so I'm watching that with figure. I don't want to get caught in a down halt. Get out just before it halts down. SBFM, I'll take a look. Halted to the downside. It's looking at a resumption at 115. So it's just halted to the downside, and it will resume at 950, just before 951 time-wise, and it will resume down. It's going to gap down. So let me have a look at this on the montage. This still hasn't halted. It hit the halt level, but it's still not halted. It's HCDI. So I got out before the halt level to the downside. And now it's just playing silly games. So yeah, that's choppy, choppy, choppy. Pinduoduo. Breaking highs here. These Chinese stocks are all about the gains today. Baba breaking highs. Let's watch for the break of 87. Little pullback there, micro pullback, if you will. Because it shows the resumption on the level 2, Glenn. It shows the anticipated resumption on the level 2. It shows you what it's expected. Now, it may change through the course of the halt, but very often it just tells you what it's going to resume at, and it's usually either a gap up or a gap down, or if it's level, it's showing you pretty much the same price if it's level. Western Alliance. Yeah, just it's another one of those days, guys. I'm still keeping an eye out for things to trade on the small account. There's just nothing at the moment. Nothing really got the momentum that's reliable. But there's time, plenty of time. It might be one of those days where it gets to later in the day and then one stock makes its move. It only takes one stock. Roblox, let's have a look at Roblox. Yeah, nah. Maybe for a short. It breaks below these pre-market highs again. Stays under the VWAP. And yeah, that's kind of a downwards channel. Our downwards parallel channels tend to break upwards. That looks like a downwards parallel channel to me. Okay. If you get, look, it's all about personal preference, Alexander. If you like to use the VWAP percentage, or if you want to be, look, that's the beauty of Benzinga. There's so many different filters or peripherals that you can add to filter out stocks. I try to keep it simple, but look, if you're getting value out of using that, it's fantastic. So, you know, the thing why I don't like doing that is yeah, I prefer to trade stocks that are trending upwards, which means that they're above the VWAP. However, there are stocks that may be moving up, they're below the VWAP, but they're actually on a reversal. So if they're on a reversal, you can get momentum to the upside with those stocks as well. And then there's others that you want to just get the momentum in there. So I tend to not use any particular indicator as an ipso de facto, you know, hard line in the sand. I use them as exactly what the name says on the tin, as indicators. If a stock is below the VWAP, it means it's trending downwards, and I might want to go short on it. Who knows? So that's why I don't filter out stocks in their entirety that are below. And this one, for example, is below the VWAP. Roblox. It's not moving very much. It's 5% up on the day, but it isn't much. It's a mid-cap stock, but it's below the VWAP. If it breaks above the VWAP, you might get a breakout to the upside. So we'll see. SBFM resumed. Let's go back to that one. But it's all about what are you comfortable with? You know, don't follow me blindly. You work out your own strategy. By all means, if you've taken the day trade with Tony education course and you've used the learning platform, by all means, take what you learn from me to devise your own strategy. Tweak it for your own strategy that you're comfortable with. That's sizing. That's have a bunch of criteria that a checklist for trade selection that you're comfortable with. Don't just follow me blindly. Make sure that you know why you're getting into a trade and what your objectives are before you actually take the trade. Well, no, I wouldn't say it's a big, a channel, a parallel channel. So SBFM just bouncing sideways at the pre-market high. Let's go back to Roblox and I'll explain the difference. They are very similar. So Roblox. So what you've got here is the move up. If this was a little bit kind of downwards channel, there's an argument to say that that's a bull flag, but it's not. It's a parallel channel. So bull flag tends to, it's an extended bull flag, is I suppose one way of describing it. The parallel channels, they have a similar tendency to break upwards. A downwards parallel channel, which is higher highs, lower lows, oh sorry, lower highs, lower lows. They tend to break upwards when they do break, but they go for an extended period of time, and they tend to retrace more of the flagpole than a bull flag would. So a bull flag tends to retrace, you know, a couple of candles at best. So when I say a couple of candles, part of your flagpole, let's say the last 2 or 3 candles, a bull flag won't retrace more than that, whereas the downwards channel will. So now what you're looking for is higher time frame. Look at the 5-minute time frame, and what you're seeing is, okay, now I'm looking for the 5-minute candle to make a new high. So currently we're looking for something at 41.15, 41.14, 41.15 or above for it to make a new high, which means we'll get what will be, if you're trading this on the 1 minute, you get faked out, moves up here and then pulls back. But if you trade it on the 5 minute, which is effectively here, higher time frames tend to be more reliable. Just saying that. You get the micro entries on the lower time frames, but the higher time frames tend to be more reliable when it comes to pattern breakouts. So what's moving? CDNA. Just back up above the pre-market high, test to support, then $8 as support. Just not moving nicely upwards. It's just not got the momentum. BCIG, that moved up big time a couple of days ago, didn't it? Let's have a look. BCIG just popped up. So this was on the last week, 2nd of May, Tuesday. This moved up big. Went up to $24. So this just halted at 54. So this will resume at 59. Be interesting to see what kind of volume comes in on resumption. Let's have a look at the one profitable trade today. So trade pre-market and then got that up there. So selling off now. Bit of a disappointment. Bit of a gap and crap, but you know, up and drop. Popped out of the open, then dropped and sold off. So we got it at the right place. It's a fair bit of movement in the sub $2 stocks, which I don't trade, but that sweet spot of $5 to kind of $25 that I like to trade, not a lot moving there at all. Up loving. Yeah, there's no range there to where to profit from. Absolute software. Minimums very choppy. 3.5 cents on the range. App loving 21-cent range. Okay, what's the spreads? 3 cents. Yeah, that sounds okay. Turks, a low price stock. Oh, it's just popped up over $2. So yeah, just needs some follow through. Another one of these Chinese stocks that moves without any kind of catalyst. Okay, so we're trying to get a bounce here at let's just put this on the 5 minutes so I can draw a little horizontal where it should be. looking at 312, 310, 320. There we go. That's the key level there. So 320 is what you want to be looking at. 312 pre-market, 312 post-market. Key levels. Sold off hard on. It might make a bit of a bounce. See. Pac West making moves to the upside. Again. After initial selling off. So halted. Pac West is actually halted. Okay, so Pac West looks to resume in about 90 seconds. I'll keep it on here for now. Unless there's something else of interest. Pinduo breaking highs again. Yeah, Pac West. Problem with Pac West, restricted leverage, short sale restriction, hard to borrow if you want to go short. You can't go short. But it's a restricted leverage. You can't. So that's why I couldn't take this on the small account. Even though we're almost $1,000, I could probably take kind of 200 shares. Is it worth it? Probably not. I did trade it the other day on the small account. I think I made what, like $40 on it or something. This is Pac West. Is Pac West peel halted as well? So this one isn't halted. So this is still Pac West, but it's different share class. There we go, resumption. Kind of knew that was coming. That was going to pull back because of the other stock that wasn't halted. Let's see. And we get the break of $5 here. So 519 is the halt level up. What's the spreads? Oh, spreads are good. Oh, terrible. You're going to pull back to $5 and $5 and find a bit of support there. There we go. Gives us a better average cost. Pac West. What banking crisis? Not banking crisis, a bank in crisis. And despite it being bailed out by JPM a couple of months ago, or last month was it? Well, this wasn't one that got bailed out by JPM, was it? That was FRC, which ended up being acquired by JPM because they'd already invested so much they may as well buy the whole thing. Not a lot else moving today. It's one of those days. It was probably a better sit on your hands day, if I'm being kind of transparent about it. It's probably not the best day to be looking for breakout trades. Breakouts are just not following through. Number 506, which is pretty much where my average cost is. There's an argument to say when you're about to enter a trade, put a limit order at where you would put your stop and see how many times you would get filled there instead of actually entering one on the breakout. And you'd be surprised that it's quite a high percentage. Anybody else see anything moving right now other than RBRX? The IRX? The IRX seems to be the having a little bit of momentum. ACDI, the volume just dried out. But I hope it works out for you all, Dave. I really do. Keep us updated. I'm watching it, but it's kind of doing nothing around $8. HCDI. Let's see, can we get that? Can we hit the hold level? 524. 524 on the ask. That's the halt level. So if we do, I'll take some off. Current high of day 516. Looking for a new high of day at least. Bit of a slow burner. Let's move up. 13 on the ask, 14. There's a new high of day. 19. I'll take half of that off. And I'll put a 10-cent trailing stop in place. Whilst I go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a couple of seconds. Okay, so how much do we make? 500 quid. Better than it's a bit choppy day, guys. It really is. Oh, that's an old chestnut. Zura. I've not seen that one for a long time. Zura Bio. Let's have a quick look at Zura Bio, shall we? Why is this halted up? Not great volume. I just want to see. There's no catalyst, so yeah, I'm not jumping in with that one. Right. Okay. So VCI Global announced application for dual listing on Upstream. Let's have a look at VCIG. Again, not great volume. This made a huge move up, went up to $24 on the beginning of the month. $475 resumption. I'm seeing that myself. I'm seeing 480 actually. The resumption I'm seeing. Oh no, absolutely. Well, Aeroclean I had a month, so that was Aeroclean was wonderful for us. Had a month, but yeah, I say it every day at Super Chip. I say it every single day. The majority of these stocks that I trade are garbage. Then just because I make some money on them, then it's not a reason. I mean, maybe they have a good catalyst. It's not a reason to invest long term in them. It's not a reason to get caught holding bags with them, because most of these stocks are garbage. They'll be up one day and then they'll be gone, and you may never hear of them again. They may even get delisted. The majority of these stocks are garbage stocks. The garbage companies that are not making money. And the only way that they make money is that they sell shares. And then when the shares fall below a certain price, they'll have a reverse stock split, say a 10-to-1 reverse stock split, or 5-to-1, 25-to-1, whatever it is, to get back over the $1 level. And then they'll release some phony news catalyst that pumps them up to like $3. and then they'll have a secondary offering or a tertiary offering. They'll hit the market with another offering, and that's how they get money back in to pay the bills. Is they keep hitting the market with offering, do a reverse stock split, hit the market with an offering. And Top Shipping is a perfect example of that. You look at how many offerings Top Shipping has had over the last 2 or 3 years, and how many times they've had to do a reverse stock split, because after the offering, the price just keeps on plummeting to a point where they have to maintain compliance to stay listed on the exchange. So they do a reverse stock split to maintain compliance before they then get a little bit of a move up again. It's just another way that to get money in. If you're not making money through your core business and you're a publicly listed company, that's what a lot of them do. Garbage companies, they really are terrible companies. So when does this resume? And it should resume in about 30 seconds. I'm not saying trade it, because the volume's just not there at the moment, but if the volume continues, it might be worth a little punt. Right now it's not, so well, that's true as well. This should resume any time in the next few seconds. Wow, that's a nice big gap up. Alt level 532. At the halt level, that was straight up, and increased volume as well. So now let's see what it's looking at. Resumption, $6 resumption. Wow, 608, 612. We're looking at a resumption around $6, so it's going to gap up hard. So do what you want, guys. This could be worth keeping an eye on. This could be the next HCID. This did move up to, remember, this went up to $24 last week. There's no leverage on it. It's not one for the small account, no leverage. Yeah, that's not one either. Well, guys, it looks like the small account's got to be a no trade day again. For now, at least. I wouldn't worry too much about that, Super Chip. If you're better off buying PayPal and it dying and holding bags with PayPal than you are buying HKD or AMTD Digital. And so PayPal, at least PayPal, it will rebound. PayPal will go back up and you'll get your money back. It just maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually you'll get your money back with PayPal. These stocks here that we're trading, no. I know that's why I brought it up. So HCDI making curling. It's actually making a curl. Yeah. I'm not feeling it right now. It needs volume. See, where we traded it had the highest volume. Where I traded it, it had the highest volume. There I go with the group pronouns for myself. but there's no volume at all at the moment. So you can't really trade it without the volume. That might come in later. We don't know. Just keep watching. Watch this space. We'll find out. Nothing else moving at the moment. So back to VCI Global. Let's see what we can do with VCI Global. So 552 resumption. It's not level. It's actually slightly up. So it looks like it's only going to be a 5-minute halt. So it should resume in a little over a minute. So watch this. If it resumes level or it gaps down slightly and then moves higher, that's a good bullish sign. So I've got it 552. However, of late, your resumption levels have been more accurate than mine. So, I mean, I've got 530 on the imbalance short. Yeah, so 533. The imbalance at 533. So you're probably right. 533. I've got that on mine as well now. All right, resume level. Nice, Phil. 550 is where I'm looking. High entry, really. And halt at 586 at the top, 480 at the bottom. So I've got a whole dollar spread between the halt levels. $0.35 on the average true range. We've got spreads 10-15 cents. I was cold, super chip. That's what was with the jacket the other day. I was cold. Let's see. Got 5,000 shares on this. All day, that's good. That's good. $372 resumption. That's a big gap down that I don't like the look of. Yeah, I've got 372 as well. So that's like a 10 grand hole. It's 8 grand actually. But I might just see which way it moves and buy the dip if it starts to move back up. Well, I've got some nice jackets from my business leader days. Talking of volatile moves to the upside, HCDI is now moving up. So Just not enough volume. Can't trade it. I think if I could have held through all of this, I'd be in profit now with H. HCDI. Go figure. So it's now reached higher than where I got in my first trade. So, hey, look. It is what it is. Yeah, commissions, and it's not a day for trading. It really isn't, guys. It's a day for. It's not even a day for going to the beach. That's how poor it is. It's a day for get yourself off to the cinema and watch Guardians of the Galaxy at a discount. It's that's what kind of day it is. It's just not a good day for trading. It's just too choppy. There's not a lot of good moves. Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I'm watching. This double top here. It's broke through now. It's over $10. I got in looking for the breakup and test of $10. So does it continue? 1013 is the halt level, or the level up. Spreads are not bad at all, actually. Like 10-15 cents. Considering the range that we're looking at, 40-cent range on the 1 minute. What's the resumption? 372 when I looked. So let's have a quick look at it again. No, 460 now. I've got 460 as the resumption. Or yeah. So that's not too bad. I don't mind that. 460 is not too bad. If then starts to move back up, I can average the cost down and move up, and it moves up into a halt and goes big. So we'll see. It could change. Could all change. 470. So it's getting closer. 471. So it's moving closer up. This might end up gapping up. You don't know. 475 is so it's pretty much looking almost level. But if it moves back over $5, I probably will chance my arm for a move back up. You might look the resumption is in 30 seconds, so it should resume in about 20 seconds. So it's at the top of the minute. So at 26 and 58, it should resume. So give it a second or two after that, and it. Let's see. I've got a resumption at 71. So will it pull back down? Well, it resumed a lot higher, a lot lower than what my resumption was. But let's see. Will it come good? Doubling down for the break of 5. I know the halt level up is at $5, or $4.98. So I'm expecting it to halt up. $5.22 is the level up now. So $5.22 is pretty much where my average cost is. It hits that level up now. It hits a halt level up. That's my average cost. What's the starting today at 963? On the small account challenge, the starting equity is 963 super chip. I've not taken any trades on the small account challenge as yet. So that's what that is. CDI pulling back as well. That might do a bit of a cup and handle breakout. So watch for the move back up to 10. If it moves back up to 10, on HCDI, it might break out and go on a bit of a run. $433, $529. Over $5 and this might come good. I suppose the advantage of just being able to be relaxed about my trading and not panic is you know, it's really good. What I mean by that is this month I'm already ahead of goal, substantially ahead of goal for the month already. So I've already hit the month goal. I hit the month's goal on day one, on the 1st of May. So anything after that, it's just gravy. So I'm able to just be relaxed about it. And if I have a red day, I have a red day. I just need to manage it in relation to where I am on the month. So being able to be relaxed about that is a very handy position to find myself in. Struggling at 5 at the moment to get over $5, but once it does, it could be in business. 529 is the up halt. Break over $5. Come on, let's get a bit of volume, bring a bit of bullish volume to break that $5 barrier, the whole dollar barrier, psychological level. Yeah, it's like anything super chip. It becomes muscle memory. The more you do it, the easier it gets, and it becomes muscle memory. The same thing with losing money. I think the big thing is not letting losses define you. The halt level at 33, so I want to get out before that. I'm going to put my stop at 37. Yeah. Well, I've got accounts with Interactive and Speed Trader now as well, but for day trading, yes, MK. Right now, kind of 50 cents down on the share. It's over 50 cents down on the share. So I'm looking. I want to see higher lows, not lower lows. So this is breaking a lower low now. So There we go. I'm going to get stopped, likely to get stopped out here now. There you go. So I'm okay with that. Not all else moving. It's one of those days. HLMN. Hillman solution. Hey. There really isn't anything moving. Its patience is going to be key today. I use smart routing, Mehboob. I just use smart routing. Zero, no volume. Yeah, there's no volume on a lot of what's moving. Lux has just resumed. That's more of an ETF though, so probably not worth trading. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna knock it on the head and call it a bad day. It's just not one of those days for profitable trading. Certainly not on the nothing on the small account. It's just not worth taking the risk with a small equity position on the small account. So looks like we're waiting on Friday to get over that $1,000 barrier on the small account. I was looking at that earlier, Calvis, and I wasn't impressed. When I was looking at it, it was down here without the volume. Now it's got volume. This was a nice little setup. I'm a breakout here, kind of the $0.75. That's a nice setup there. Nice little flag. Dengfeng development. And it moves, this one does move. It moved on Wednesday. No, Tuesday. This moved on Tuesday. Moved big on Tuesday. It went up to over $12. So, yeah. Worth keeping an eye on. Replace Polar, I think, on the watch list. It's up there in terms of the right price point. Yeah, you can't have it both ways. You're not stuck, Jakinyan. You're not stuck. Just remember that. You're not stuck. There's no such thing as being stuck in a trade. You have the option to cut it for a loss. Just remember that. You do have the option to cut it for a loss. Always have the option to cut it for a loss. This is a 10-12 cent spread. 34-cent range. This is going mental now. Can I get a fill? Can I get a fill? Come on. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, there we go. Thought it wasn't going to fill me then. Yeah, no, you never caught in it. You never. People say I'm stuck in a trade. You're never stuck in a trade. You have the option to release your equity. Yeah, you might be making a bit of a loss, but you have the option to release your equity that you can then use to make that loss back on something else. HODL is not a strategy. HODL will lose you money, guaranteed. The only time you should be hodling is when you've done your due diligence and you're value investing for the long term. You put your money into stocks that you believe have a long-term capacity for growth, and you just, again, lump sum, lump sum investing whenever you can in them same stocks. If it moves down, you buy the dip. If it moves up, your quid's in. That's the only time you should hodl is your long-term strategy. Investing hodl is a long-term strategy. Day trading, it's not. Swing trading, it's not. If you get to a heavy losing position, release your equity and make it back on something else. Oh, we might get a little breakout then. A flag formation or something. On to the last one. That moved the whole dollar. For the long term, Nvidia, I'm bullish on Nvidia, Disney, Procter & Gamble, Amazon. These are not stock picks. This is just what I've got money invested in. PepsiCo. When I was looking at Pepsi, I was thinking Coca-Cola or Pepsi, and much of a muchness went without me. Are you going to come and get me? No. Partial fill. Pull back. Leave that order there. Breaks $8. I'll add another one. Alright, came back and got me. Starbucks, yeah, it can be. I'd have to do the due diligence on Starbucks. I just think the business model. You look at Starbucks from an economic point of view. It has great branding. It's got good equity to debt ratio. Everything that you're looking for from a long-term investing, Starbucks has got quite a bit, and they have good real estate investments as well. That's what's good about McDonald's is McDonald's is not a fast food company, it's a real estate company. But yeah, just do your due diligence. Have a look at what the debt to earnings ratio is. Have a look at the outlook, everything that you want to know. It's going to be a safe company for multiple years. What you don't want to be doing is looking at something that's good now, but in 5 years it's going to be usurped because the business model is wrong. You're looking for good investments for the long term, not the short term, which is why I believe Amazon's good. Disney, these are brands that are going to be around for many years to come. Microsoft even. Tesla, I'm not too sure about, to be honest. They defy the fundamentals, do Tesla. I mean, what's to stop? I mean, you look at the competition for Starbucks and Costa Coffee or any other coffee outlet for that matter. Who wants to pay $10 for a bloody coffee these days? Now we're getting the flat bottom. I was just broke the flat bottom, so on the 1 minute. I think this is going to be my last trade of the day. Giving it to the VWAP. VWAP currently at 697. Ouch. I want to see this make its move back up. Otherwise, it comes back down, which it's looking likely on the indicators are looking likely on the 2 and 5 minute. Yeah, there we go. About to get stopped out. Pulled back. If it doesn't bounce on the whole dollar, I've got my stop 99 on the VWAP. I've got my stop at 95. Yeah, but there's donut companies there. There might not be any coffee companies listed on the US exchange, but there's certainly donut companies listed. Then they sell coffee. So Dunkin', Krispy Kreme had earnings this morning, funnily enough, as we're talking about this. Yeah, absolutely, Neith. It's a great business model for McDonald's because they own the land. They get their income as well as from the branding rights, because most McDonald's are a franchise. So McDonald's are not actually making money from the sale of burgers and shakes and things, but they get paid a royalty for the branding, and they charge rent, and they make money on the rent. It's a fantastic business model because if you take a franchise and you're opening a McDonald's, of course you're going to be paying the rent because that's part and parcel of the franchise model. Yeah, 0, 12, 16 halts. There's no volume on it though. You can give it a gamble if you want. What am I in at? 766. It needs to get over the. It needs to get over over the $0.50 again. Otherwise, I'm getting stopped out here. Zura is a massive gamble, absolutely. But a lot of these stocks, I mean, what's that? $3 gap up. Yeah, I got stopped out there, so that broke new lows, broke the VWAP. That's me done for the day, guys. That's a big enough loss for one day. I'll chalk that out for a bad day at the office. It's not a good day today. So, red days happen. It's not raining, so I'll be able to take the dog for a walk. A red day. Oh, let's have a quick look at Zura. There's you can't trade. I mean, how can you trade that? It's this one candle, which was the resumption after a 40-minute halt, is the only candle above kind of 10,000 shares. Yeah, 10,000 share volume. Everything else before that is, I mean, it's not traded. It's not even traded 100,000 shares yet across the day. So it's like 86,000 shares traded so far. You can't trade that. That's just what size position are you going to take? 100 shares? This might go up to like $260, but if there's no volume, you can't trade it. I'll stick around for a little bit longer. I'm not in the mood to going out for a walk yet. But I'm not trading Zura. I'm not trading Formula Systems either. This is even less shares. So this is at how can you trade that? Yeah, it's the halt down level, but it's not halted yet. So absolutely flip jug. 57,000 on that last candle, but there's no guarantees that there's going to be 57,000 on that next candle. That's the point that I'm making. Is that let's just have a quick look at some of the fundamentals on Zura before I even get involved in this conversation, so that I can back it up with my argument. So you want to see consistency. Consistency is key. So you want to see consistency across the board in terms of the volume, and one candle does not equal consistency. So what's the float size here? I can't see a float. It's 27 million shares outstanding, but I can't see what the free float actually is at the moment. So I don't know what the free float is. There's no catalyst on Zura at all. There was a form pre-14A on Thursday last week. Not on Tuesday, sorry. That's it. There's no news at all on it. Not seeing anything at all on Zura. Last news is that they licensed an autoimmune disease drug from Eli Lilly back in April and planned an 80 million private offering. Some private offering there on Zura back at the end of April, $4.25 a share. Yeah. So this moved up from this kind of level on the 22nd of March. It went from $7 to $37 intraday on 4 million shares. So I'm not sure about that. It moved up slightly yesterday, but I'm not seeing any particular catalyst for it. So yeah, look, it is what it is. I have volume filters for a reason. This is probably going to be a massively lot. It's already almost 10 minutes halted, so it probably won't resume until after 11 a.m. I think I did too, actually. Let me just have a quick look on my stats and see if I did trade it, and if I did, trades Zura. Yeah, I did. 22nd of the 3rd, I made 17,000 on it. 17,000, nearly 17,928 I made on it in March. Zura. Let's have a look at the. Does anybody else notice the trading view chart in TraderView? So now I'm getting confused. So we've got trading view charts in TraderView now. So if you a TraderView subscriber, if you use the TraderView journaling, trading view charts are in there. Yeah, so I traded this from twice actually. I traded it on the initial run up from kind of $20 up to $24.50, and then when it gapped down after pulling back, I got in as it bounced from like $19 and rolled that up to 34. So yeah, I made quite a bit of money on that. Yeah. Pretty standard resumption. 1353 halt up. So that's Zura. Yeah, it's interesting, and they put where they put the entries and exits on the charts a bit obscure. It obscures a bit, but I suppose if you zoom into the chart, it could be basically you don't have to. Yeah, that's better. You have to zoom in for because the entry and exit triangles are quite large, so you have to zoom into the chart to get any kind of semblance. But the good news is on the time scales, you don't have to worry about the classic charts on the time scales having multiple charts and stuff. So that's interesting though. Nice little feature addition on TraderView. I think it's quite. It's getting better. What's this one? $15 resumption at the moment. 1573. Right, let's do some housekeeping for these guys. Let's progress report. Right, let's get back to the task at hand. Best time to trade, it depends on, it's a personal preference thing. So best time to trade is whatever you find is the best time to trade. So typically I would say for me, the best time to trade is between 9 and 10:30. It's the most volatile time. It's where I make most of my money. Historically, throughout my stats are telling me that's where I make most of my money. That's where I make most of my, where I place most of my trades. So conversely, it's all of that. However, of late, it used to be between kind of 12 and 2, like 11:30 and 1:30. That lunchtime period had a bit of a lull. Since the new year, we've seen that's kind of the new power hour, if you will. That's where a lot of lunchtime volatility comes in, and we see some movers. Not on big volumes, but they get some good moves, and they tend to sustain. So it really depends on what you're happy with. You get more volume at the open and in power hour than you do any other moments in time. The first 60 minutes, 30 to 60 minutes is the most volume. It's the most volatile period of the market. After that, it's the last 60 minutes. And in between, you'll have spikes across the day. So it depends on your personal preference. Do you like trading volatility, or do you prefer slow, steady moves? And if you like trading the volatility, then the open and power hour will be, the times to find it. If you prefer those trading the trend and following the trend, then maybe look from kind of 11 till 2. Personal preference. Well, it's getting kind of 50,000 shares a minute now. 50, 60,000 shares a minute. So it could be interesting. We'll see. I am going out. I'm going out as soon as it stops raining. It's absolutely pouring down here at the moment. So It's 4 o'clock. I'm going to stick around. Yesterday I got burnt. Somebody was berating me online yesterday for taking a trade off camera. I'm like, really? You want me to stick around for 9 hours? Come on, play the game. But I took a profitable trade with HCDI off well, it wasn't off camera. It just wasn't live. I wasn't streaming it live. I recorded it and I packed the recording on the back of yesterday's recap. So, you know, it's still all there for everyone to see. But it was raining yesterday, and I came back and sat down after I'd finished the live stream, and while I was waiting for the rain to stop. So, yeah, I'm just waiting for the rain to stop. Not that I'm taking any more trades. I'm 16k down, and I'm just not in the mood to take more trades, if I'm being completely blasé about it. And look, if I have a red day, I have a red day. So that's just the way it is. Red days are like Thanos, inevitable. Well, I don't care, Kenya. Quite frankly, I mean, it's not like they're paying me or anything, you know. So haters gonna hate. Most of these haters just need a cuddle. I mean, let's face it, they just need a cuddle. Yes, the S&P 500. So what are we? 1107. Have a look at the SPY. S&P 500. Not green on the day yet, but it broke those pre-market. Just broke those pre-market lows. So it's back into the pre-market range. So S&P 500 making steady moves up. Now. Yeah, there's a lot of failed breakouts today. That's the story of the day today. Is failed breakouts. No worries, Marche. I mean, what's the point in getting upset because somebody is trolling on the interweb? If you can't take a bit of trolling on the interweb, then there's no point going on the interweb, is there? Interwebs. That's how some people get the kicks. Bless them. Oh, my home. Why is that moving up? Yeah. Yeah, so it's got the opening range high there, high of the day. So you be careful until this gets over 720. I'll be careful with it because got rejected at 718 previously. It's if it gets over 720, yeah, it might start to move, but until then, it's a bit sus. So if a failed breakout for me is if it breaks if it hits the breakout level. So for example, if you're looking for $7 and it goes to 702, and then retraces, I wouldn't call that a failed breakout. unless it then retraces below the previous candle's low. If it makes a new low, then that's more of a fake out than a breakout. That's in my book. That's how I would define it. It may then come back and retest, but that in itself is an initial fake out. If it just pulls back, it means it got rejected. It didn't actually break out. And what you've got to understand is these levels, these resistance levels, are areas, they're not to the penny. So if you're looking at a resistance level at $7, think about it from an order perspective. Somebody set a limit order to sell at $7. Once it reaches $7, and let's say they've got 10,000 shares to sell at $7, if it goes up to 702, that 10,000 share seller is still selling those 10,000 shares at $7, but he's getting more for his book. He's getting people buying them at 702. So he's still putting selling pressure on. It's just that it's gone higher. So if you've got a seller wall, and this is one of the reasons why you want to see the seller wall thinning out before it breaks out. If it then you've still got a lot of sellers as it breaks out, the likelihood is it's going to pull back. So you want to see it thinning out before you actually take the position, and then as it breaks out, you know you've not got that hangover of that seller at the seller wall just getting paid at a higher price. Let's go back to the Suda bio. And I'm looking at big gap down here. $11 I've got a gap down to on the imbalance. So I've got a resumption. I don't know about this. I've got a resumption at $11 on this one. Shows 801 on the level one, but I've got the $11 on the imbalance. So it probably resume at 11 and then sell off. So this should resume in 2 minutes time. Looking for 2 minutes. What else are we looking at? Loving still breaking highs. Could have taken that position when it was $22. It broke the pre-market high. Well, it's not, the range isn't huge. Say 8 cents on the range, which is not huge for a $22 stock. So yeah. PCRX kind of broke up. 490 was the pre-market high, so it finally broke back. It's pulling back down to it again. It holds 5. It doesn't. It's back below the pre-market high, so back looking likely to go red on the day again. So that's PCRX. This should resume anytime now. 10-minute halt. This should resume. There's the gap down. Is it going to sell off or fill the gap? We're getting massive volume coming in. Beautiful run of volume coming in. $86,000 shares now. 1203 is the halt level up. 985 level down. Yeah, just everything's just dying. The volume's dying out on a lot of these stocks now. It's not looking great. Up and handle on HCDI. Where do I see the volume? It's down here. This histogram here. This is the volume chart here. So if you're wondering what the volume is, and I've got I can see the volume. If you get the level 2 on the on the montage, there's a section for volume on the montage as well. Am I tracing earnings? Trading? Am I trading earnings? No, not tonight. I don't think so. There's nothing really spectacular tonight that I'm not really. There's nothing I'm really seeing as maybe something that might move a lot this evening on earnings. So. Okay, flip jug. And okay, we're with you. I'm with you. Nice one. He went in big on Zura, and it's moved up. It's paid off. Yeah. So. The last time I went in big on something was. It cost me 8 grand, so. Minus 16k, and look, let me just. I'm sorry to take the charts off for a moment, but I just want to highlight something. So I've just been asked a very, very legitimate question, okay? Let me just put this on the on my laptop screen so you can actually see this and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing on my laptop. So let me just pull up the chat so I can address the chat direct. Okay, so who was it that said? So Nereus. So right now, let me just put a month to date filter on here, and I'm 16.5k down. Not an emotion, he's saying. What's the secret? What number would I panic? Well, if I look at month to date, so for May alone, 16k. I'm like 190k up on May. So a loss of 16k today. Why would I need to get emotional about it? It's a red day. It's not a big deal. It's all relative. So I know it sounds blasé, but it's all relative. So for me making 16k, you'd be all like, whoa, he's made 16k. But what kind of equity position did I have to put in to do that? Because I've got a bigger account, does that mean that I can make bigger gains? Well, yes, it does. Let's look at May alone, for example, on the calendar. In fact, I'm just going to clear this out, and we'll show this all together. So May alone, on 1st of May, I did 120k. And I wasn't even supposed to be trading the main account in May. I am doing, but I wasn't supposed. Then I did another 28k on the Thursday, twice goal on the Wednesday. So if I look at my earnings in May, why would I be bothered about having a bad day? 16k down. I mean, yeah, it's a pain in the hole, but I got caught in a flush on VCIG. I tried to trade my way out of it. I could have got out for 4 grand, a 4 grand loss. I basically made it twice as bad. No, it's. I'm not saying that. It's well. See, I saw someone's video. I can't remember who it was. It's a forex trader, and he was saying emotions get the better of us, particularly when we're in a losing position. So rather than focusing on your winners and your winning days, focus on your losing days and how that makes you feel. Focus on the days that you've actually lost money and the trades that you've lost money, and analyze them, review them, go into detail with your losers more than you do with your winners. We all love to have the winners, and the big winners are even more fantastic, but go into detail with your losers, and it allows you to accept A, what you're doing wrong if you're doing something wrong, and B, why you've lost. If you went in big, I went in for 10,000 shares on VCIG. I went in for 5,000 shares, and it went into a halt to the downside. So I doubled up for the move back up and for the bounce. I could have got out for a smaller loss, but I held on to it, and as it broke new lows, I got out. So look, I know, looking at the trade again and reviewing the trade, I know what I did right, I know what I did wrong. I've got to accept the fact that I'm going to make losing trades. I'm going to have losing days. And if I can have a day like Monday the 1st, or 121,000 in a single day, then I'm not going to let a $16,000 losing day beat me up. The same way as somebody trading with a tenth of the equity that I'm doing might have a 12,000 winning day, and they're not going to let a 1,600 losing day beat them up. If you have a $1,200 day, $1,200 winning day, are you going to get beaten up by 160 quid? No, you're not. So, you know what I mean? Well, I'll give you the resumption in just a second, so give me a moment. Yeah, so I've got a resumption at 11:30, so that's my resumption at the moment. Oh, yes, yours as well, Calvis. Okay. No, it's all relative. So to make big gains, you need big equity. The difference between me having a $6,000 target and someone having a $60 target is think about how I'm trading a small account. So today's goal is $100. So I've got a small account and I'm starting with 963 today. So today's goal is $100. So I'm not going to make $5,000 on a $1,900 account value. So me making $100 is an aggressive target. I've started today equity position today on the main account with over $250,000 in the equity position. So of course I can afford to take a hit for 16k. Now it's down to 10 volts. Down to 10. Got a resumption at $10. $9.98 now. So it's going to gap down about to 1,500. Right. Okay. So the 36,000 was per minute, Willy Wonka. So at the time I called out 36,000, it was per minute. There's been the 700,000 is for the day. 705,194 is what it's showing on my trading platform. However, Benzinga is actually showing 706,000 and 706,300 in terms of volume today. So it's 3x relative volume. It's still not a big volume stock at the moment. It's 3x relative volume. Mainly large cap on earnings, Super Chip, because if you're on earnings, yes, Mr. Z. So it's mainly large caps. I'll trade earnings simply because after hours liquidity dries up, so you don't get the volume with the low float, low cap stocks. So large caps, you'll get not only the big moves. You're taking smaller accounts. Smaller share size, complete brain fart then. You're taking smaller share size, but the moves are a lot bigger. You're talking multiple dollar moves. So you might get like $3, $4, $5 move, or in some cases a $20 move, or whatever it is. So you're taking smaller share size. You might take 100 shares or 500 shares or whatever you can afford in your account. You're getting less leverage, and the liquidity, because it's a high cap stock. On earnings, you got good liquidity, which and they're usually easy to borrow as well. So if it sells, you can go short, and if it goes long, if it rallies, you can go long. And if you get caught in that, very often what they do is a liquidity grab. So they'll go one way before they actually go the other way. So you can actually do both and catch both ends of the stick. So which is why I prefer to trade the large caps on earnings rather than small caps. There's just not enough volume or liquidity on the lower cap stocks on earnings out of regular hours super chip. I don't mind trading the smaller caps pre-market because earnings could be one of the catalysts that make them move, but after hours, just not. Zura is coming down 980 now. I've got on the resumption. And it's a lower swing high, so realistically, you wouldn't really want to try and get in this again before $13. I'm not so sure about that. This resumption will be in 90 second resumption on Zura. Let's look at VCIG. The problem with VCIG, even if it's starting to kind of plateau down here at kind of $0.75 level, $4, 25-cent range here, even if it starts to plateau there, there's just a lack of volume. There's just no volume to trade it. So you're not going to get the big moves without the volume. And HCID, it's just ranging around the VWAP. It's just ranging sideways around the VWAP. So yeah, let's see what Groupon making them trying to go green on the day. Let's go back to Zura for resumption, potential resumption. Zura 26 and 30. So it should resume in about 20 seconds. Is it still there? Oh no, it's stopped. I'll take the dog for a walk now. So it resumed, opened at 979. Is it going to fill the gap to the upside? 1041. It can't fill the gap to the upside because the halt level's at 1041. 851's the halt down. But it looks like it's probably going to halt down again. It's got a big gap to fill to the halt down actually, from the earlier big gap, the earlier big gap up. And there's nobody trading it right now. The volume's dried up. So if you look at that last candle, I think that's the second largest candle. It's a red one. This big green candle here was the largest one in terms of the most volume. But now we're getting a little bit of volume coming in. There we go. 1017 is the halt level to the upside. So if it halts upwards, it might gap up to back up to kind of $11 ish. We'll see. Yeah, VCIG breaking lows actually. Josh. And where am I on the week, actually? That's a good question, Tony. Yeah, I'm green on the week. 22,000 on the week before today. So I'm still, what's that? 6,000 up on the week. I'm up on the month quite substantially. So I'm not too worried about that. I'll take a red day. It's now normally if I go like 16k down, if there's a lot of volatility in the market, there's a lot of movement, and I've just been catching the trades wrong, I've just been getting my judgment wrong, I'll continue to trade my way out of it. But right now there's just not enough volatility, there's not enough good movement to trade my way out of it again. So I probably will take the red day. If there's something moves later in the day, I might take it. Well, I'll be in the Discord later, but what I'm going to do is we're at the bottom of the hour, so I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to wrap it up here and take the dog for a walk, maybe get a spot to eat or something, and then we'll see what happens. If things start to move, I might come back and do a power hour stream later. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell, and you'll get notified if I do a power hour stream later. So come back for power hour. I think that's the best I can do today. There's not a lot of movement, not good volume. It's just been, I mean, pre-market today was probably one of the worst pre-markets I've seen this year. Lack of movement, lack of volatility, lack of volume. So we'll come back at it tomorrow. If there's no power hour stream, I'll be back at it tomorrow, an hour before the market opens. So at 8:30 market time, 1:30 in the UK, British summertime, Irish summertime, whatever. And IPOs for today. Not sure. Let me just have a quick check, and I'll tell you which IPOs are due today. Not sure there are today. I think they got pushed. There was SGE was supposed to be today, but no, it's got pushed. IPOs for tomorrow. I've got two IPOs for tomorrow: First Person and Parazero. So those are the two that I've got for tomorrow. There's no IPOs today. Withdrawn IPOs from this week. So we had Steinway Musical was withdrawn. Next week, Strong Global Entertainment has been pushed from this week to next week. Moderna Life Science has been pushed from this week to next week. Calabacos has also been pushed from this week to next week, and Ale Group has also been pushed from this week to next week. So we had four IPOs due to go live this week that have been pushed out. But the IPOs I've got now are First Person, FP tomorrow, and PRZO, so Parazero. Other than that, no IPOs today. Now, IPOs, it depends on the volume. If you get good volume, after a couple of candles, well, you're in the Discord. If I end up trading today, you'll know about it in the Discord, Jakinia. I call out what I'm trading, when I'm trading. If I'm not trading live in the Discord, I'm calling out the patterns I'm seeing anyway. So if you're in the Discord, you get to know when I'm trading and what I'm trading, and whenever I'm trading. Often I'll go live in the live streaming section, or if I'm not streaming live on the normal social channels, if I stream live in the Discord, it will be in the live trading section. Otherwise, if I'm just taking a quick trade, I might just post that this is what I'm seeing, this is the breakout level, etc. Not just my opinion. It's not stock picks or signals or anything for you to do. It's just me voicing what I see on the charts and how I would trade it. And then if I subsequently do trade it, I keep people updated as to what my equity position is and any profits and losses. So at the moment, it's just one of those red days. It's only the second red day of the month. The only red day of the month up until today was the small account challenge false start. So I'm not having a bad month. And that's what I would say is whenever you have a bad trade, zoom out. Where does that put you on the day? Yeah, I'm down on the day. Okay, you're having a bad day. So zoom out. Where does it put you on the week? Well, it puts me red on the week. Okay, well, zoom out. Where are you on the month? Okay, well, I'm green on the month. Well, there you go. You're in profit. You're a profitable trader. And you keep zooming out. And if you zoom out and you've never been profitable, then that's fine. You're still a beginner trader. You're new. Scale down. Trade smaller. But if it takes you to zoom out to the year, you can have losing months. Go back to May last year. I had a terrible May last year. I didn't make any money at all. I made, I think I was 12,000 gross profit on May, which meant that I actually, in real terms, net profit, I lost money in May last year. So that happens. It can happen. You can have great months. You can have, like I've done for the last two. You can have very poor months. Just learn to take them on the chin. Hey Roger, well I'm just, it's a losing day today, Roger. How can you get on the Discord? So it's a private Discord for day trade with Tony students. Alternatively, you can head over to the YouTube and become a member there. Meta high of day, yeah, okay, Josh. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lock it up. I'm going to take this dog for a walk. She needs feeding, so you can see she's getting a bit antsy. Waiting for me to take her out. You want some treats? Want some treats? You want some duck treats? Hey, put a ribbon in your hair before we go out so that people know that you're a girl, yeah? Okay, well, I'll get you some duck treats and we'll go for a walk. Okay? Okay, guys, I'll see you later if I'm on for Power Hour. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Take it easy. The dog is nearly 3. She's 3 in a couple of months' time. In August. Turns 3 in August.